Well, it's day 2 of building this game. Yesterday we created the project and everything, and here you can see the thumbnail of the video that is the game that we built. So basically here is the last conversation we had with AI, and here is the working game with the game. Here I can play just like that. Let me die. If I die, there's a game over screen. And yeah, the game is about a roguelite that it's meant to be like a company where you're a junior analyst who starts and needs to move across the process of being fired. So for the moment we've been just working on the basics, but there's few things that I want to change since we did this. All this is being done using Codex and ChatGPT here. Basically, here we can see the last session where we left yesterday. Just ensure that we pushed everything. Yeah, we have this now in a local, well not in a local, but in a private repository in GitHub. So let's see where we left. Basically, we had everything here. It's doing it in the phaser. Basically, there's this index where we import the phaser script in the main TS. We just declare the game, and the game config comes into this part where we set the height and width and everything, and then all that stuff starts with an initial scene that it's a menu, and from here there goes the game scene, and here we have different brands that has a manager and some data about which items exist and systems to have the room and the combats. So for the moment it just has these rooms where it creates different things, but yet I would like the rooms to be bigger. I would like rooms to feel bigger. There, right now they fit in a single screen camera position, but I'd like that there's some horizontal scroll. So when you join a room, you start walking and the camera follows you. Then they should be minimum double, they should be big enough so that there's this horizontal scroll, but not too big to make it feel giant. Let's say about double the minimum, double the size that initially appears on camera, and maximum 4 times its width. Yeah, like that. We are using here the model 5.6 Sol, that is the Sun one. Here we can say that we just started yesterday, we still have 98% to go. As yesterday, I'm planning on doing it for 1 hour more or less today, and yeah, let's see how far we can get. Then if we go back to the ideas, the first prompt, how the things were going, basically we created this first milestone that was the persistent room loop, so everything was good. also the combat, where we had these enemies spawning, the players attacking, the enemy's health, the player health, the death, how you completed the room. This is already being done. Then also the basic run generation, we already have this. And also the roguelite rewards, we already have some rewards in the game. There's these some items that we can get, and yeah, promotions, some things to be doing. This milestone 5, we still didn't work on that. So while it works, here basically let me start locally the server to show how the game looks. So here is the game, skip the company. I don't like it visually, but plug in. Then just under here you can see in the top I have a floor in which room I am, also the health, that it's 100, also the entrance and exit available. Then for some reason, yeah, it's applying some changes I guess here already, so it will be restarting everything. Just let's wait for it to apply all the changes, and then we can come back. Or otherwise I can just log in, kill the server, and just ensure, yeah, we already have this part. We just got a bigger screen, but now I don't have any room. So we took it at half its job. Let's continue waiting for that. Then, once we have this, I'd like to improve my UI part because it doesn't look fine. But let's go step by step. Also, there's already the concept of boss and run endings, so I think that by the end of the day we should have something more playable. Also, that bugging and cleanup, I don't think it's required. It's been implementing tests, so let's see how it goes. Yeah, the div here, it's changing about making it bigger. Then also based on that, it creates the width multipliers. Then it can have several sizes. It's randomly seen, so it can make it from double the size to 4 times the size. Then it picks some random width every time it generates a room. Then the platforms are created randomly. Yeah, I'm not sure these platforms make that much sense, but yeah, we'll continue with that for a moment. Also the doors, they are meant to be placed someplace right. Here it creates these rooms, but I would like the rooms to be more random, so not always the same flow. But yeah, let's do that later. I would like to see how the image or the camera thing works, because yeah, it plays the doors and everything, but I don't know how the camera will move. It will be just magically working off the shelf with how it works, phaser, but yeah. Let's see for a moment, it's still thinking. Now it's connected, the camera starts at the correct end when backtracking, follows up with modest dead zone and smoothing, and the final elevator is now physically at the far end of its room. Instead of ending the run immediately on entry, I'm checking Phaser's camera UI API, so right, yeah, this is the thing that I was missing. Yeah, it takes some time to do all that stuff. I'm sure it would take longer if I would do it. Okay, so it checks across 500 seats, so it has tried everything, the different widths and everything. So now it's running the final checks and the production build, so let's see how much more it takes. Perfect, everything is done. Let's see are lights. They are supposed to be lights, man. And these are laptops, okay. So maybe I think that 4 times it's big, it's too much. Yeah, so here you can see on the left there's the onboarding room logs, where even if I join it doesn't do anything. Then I clear the whole room, so I can now select my compensation, either a company laptop that I can use a faster fire rate or just restore health. In my case, I'll go with the laptop. And yeah, I would like to see what work bays are. So work bay. What the work bay means? It just displays it as a okay, I guess. Status. We are just adding. What did we change in the README? I guess something about the new things or whatever. Just let's see what the diff on the README is. Make rooms wider. Now I think I'm gonna be creating a new chat here, because for the context and to spend less. Basically here I'm gonna be saying that now the rooms, I think maybe I will go back to the previous chat, and I think that 4 times it's bigger. 4 times is too big. Make the width be able to be from 2 to 3 times the width. From 1.5 to 3 times the width. Yeah, I think otherwise would be too big in some scenarios, so yeah, this shouldn't be a big change. At the end there are some constants I've seen, so it should be a quite straightforward change. Okay, it's thinking, it has changed already some files. I guess it will be those multipliers, the min and the max, also the multipliers here, plus the texts from the README. So yeah, nothing big, something quite easy apparently. So shouldn't break anything. I'm not gonna be even testing that. Reduce the room's size a bit. Now we push that, so this way it's on GitHub. Now we continue creating a new chat, in this case, new session, where we wanna say that I think that always it's the same flow. Like if I just run npm run dev, where is it? I didn't break that file. Yeah, npm run dev. So plugin, I'm on the onboarding. On the very right, there's this begin exit process. Career routing, accounts payable, career routing. Like that, right? There's nothing, it is safe. Out compliance. Emergency coffee again, just to continue. Coffee break, internal audit. Company laptop, and Yeah, I got lost. Where do I have the rooms? In the boarding, there's this begin-exit process. Is there any other way? No, there's not. So, career routing. Internal audit, but this is where we go later. This is a combat one that we killed, a coffee break. This is a combat one that we also killed it before. Come on. So, wow, for some reason it didn't work, so let's go back again. Okay, I see that it does not. Okay, I cleared everything. I still think it's too big, like work bay 1, work bay 2, work bay 3. Yeah, I would say even smaller, maybe just 2 times its size, or maybe add more enemies. But yeah, I think it's not. Okay, let me go back to the. Here we inspected everything, we reused the things, we reported, we have the main thing. Now it would be a matter of improve the UI. Right now it looks kind of blurry and oldish. I would like to look more modern. I'll try to find the thumbnail I did for the first video. Like this one. I'm adding it on the other side. Downloads the thumbnail. Or like the style display. Or the style from the screenshot. Update both the menu and the hat. So hey, I see there's a second guy here. We're working on this game where we are, I don't know if you've seen the game Lucky Tower, where you need to just go through a tower, different floors, and in each floor there are enemies, and during the enemies you just need to beat them, and there's some RNGs, so there's some random event that you need to pass. So we want to take that as inspiration and change a bit the topic. So we are building, here we have the initial idea. We are trying to creating a dark comedy roguelite set inside an impossibly vast corporate skyscraper that has become a living organism. So we are a junior analyst who arrives for the first day of work only to discover that the building has consumed reality itself. Every door leads to a different apartment, each twisted with its own ecosystem, like the marketing is a neon cult obsessed with engagement, the finance is a labyrinth of pre-fueled vaults, and so on. And we are using a phaser here, and you can see the game I have here, like here you just start the game, there are enemies, like for the moment we are just using shapes, then whenever you kill someone there's some things to choose, and from here you just, I don't know, just take a faster cannon rate, then the company laptop has what's added, so I opened the door, it means that I can go to the left and there will be a door that I can cross. If I wouldn't have killed those enemies, I would not be able to do things. Right now this has changed because we are doing it, we're modifying it live with the codec, so here you've seen that everything has changed. So here there's been 3 files changed, the server is running, so for that reason it has refreshed automatically because there's this hotter load working here. So what do you think about that? Do you like it? Are you even there? Any message would be appreciated, and see in which direction to go. Let's see again, it's now trying to apply the different UI. Basically the menu, HUD, implementation and visual assets, the screenshot points, the Windows download folder that is available at this workspace, existing visual language, and push it towards a sharper, modern game UI treatment. Okay, the project is a clean phaser with no external art assets, so the oldish feel is mainly coming from flat, full-width bars, default typography, and the game canvas being rendered at a single fixed resolution scale. I've got enough to update it directly. A more editorial title screen, segmented glass-like HUD cards, a real health meter, clear status hierarchy, and a high DPI rendering for sharper text and edges. The redesign is now implemented. The normal build command can't run in this environment because Node npm is not available. So yeah, it's just checking everything, and once this is done, we'll be able to just try on the browser how it looks. So I'm gonna be also adding here in the docs the thumbnail so that I can use it for later. Here is the inspiration thumbnail I tried to use. This was the thumbnail from yesterday's live, basically more modern, still with some kind of pixel art, some oldish retro style, but more professional. I think at the end the UI changes a lot how things are looking, so in spite of the game being the same, people would have a completely different effect after seeing this. Okay, so now it's running some checks. Let's wait a bit until this is finished. Shouldn't be taking too long now. Then we'll also need to find if there's there's this itch.io where we can have some assets. So let's try to say, I don't know if I look for office. Yeah, isometric. I don't want isometric, so I would like for, yeah, maybe with some of those I should be able to have it, but yeah, those side scroller office style set, I like that one. So side scroller is the word I can look for. Side scroller. No office here. Let's see side scroller. Yeah, there's quite a few, but none of them, all of them are mostly like fantasy ones. I would like the office again. Okay, so there's 3 sheets of 16x16, basically like this. Yeah, I guess we can take them as a base, but maybe we'll be able to generate the imagery with AI. At least we've seen this side scroller is the word that we want. Go back here, we've seen that it has done the changes, so a more modern UI. Let's just ensure that we start the server again. And from here we just refresh the page, AD, clock in. I'm not sure what this actually here means on the bottom, but yeah, let's continue clogging. Yeah, I like it more. Now here we have like 2 hostiles, 1 hostile, which company laptop to make it faster. Yeah, I like it better, but still not big. Just safe place, there's an exit available, so yeah, those are too long. I think I'll need to make them shorter. Internal audit or compliance. And here with 2 styles. Here we just company again. And I'm afraid I have reached the same place as before, so I cannot. Yeah, I killed one hostile, there's the second one. I choose a laptop to make it even faster. Here on the top we can see that there's this loadout with the 4 items. Yeah, it does not look good, but still it's this version. Yeah, and for some reason I reach an impasse where I cannot just reach that door. So in order to avoid that, I need to click and some letter to open the door, because otherwise just I cannot reach those. I think this is a silly change, or it should not be too much of a change. Just let's push this. Not, we'll just remove the dogs, escape the. Just adding those, what we've done here is basically improve UI, and we push it to our private repo in GitHub, and then we open a new session to improve its context. At the end, the longer the session has, it spends more context and more credits on it. So now I don't want that whenever the player goes over a door, it enters it. The player must require to press some key in order to open the door, to enter the door actually. The same key is used to jump. If walking by a door without pressing the jump, then nothing should happen. With this, we'll be able to verify if the rooms are properly generated. I would like to also, maybe here I'm writing some extra ideas, like, yeah, we wrote it yesterday that some rooms or doors should be only openable with some keys. Then also the thing that I was gonna say that is about being able to debug a way to debug and see the whole run map before starting. To ensure there's no dead ends and there is a proper loop. So I don't know if this second viewer it shows that I have. I mean, for sure it says 2. One it's me, because I'm verifying that everything looks fine while I do and there's no errors. But the other one, I guess there's someone. I don't know if you can write anything, just feel free to chat what do you think about this, or just drop a like, see if you cannot just put a message so I can know that someone is there and that someone has been here for more than 5 minutes, so at least it seems that there's something that could be interesting to you. In the meantime, also, since we've seen that there's those 2D side scroller office style set, I'll ask here to also create a few images to be used as assets in the game as a 2D side scroller office style set. just with that, let's see what it actually does. So I have some ideas in mind. We can later refine the whole prompt and everything. I don't know if this thing is actually working or maybe it's too long, the chat. Like the ones regarding the initial idea. Maybe even in the first prompt there's some. The game is a blah blah, task is to wolf, blah blah, no, that is. I'll put the whole thing. Like the whole thing that we added in the first, let's see what it does. Also, I said yesterday that I would like to change the height to medium to see if it actually goes faster. So for later we'll just speed standard. Yeah, the reasoning, let's give it to medium. It has done some things, so let's see what actually it did. If I go back to the server and I just npm run dev, I start it. Wait until it finishes the generation. Here we clock in. Yeah, the rooms are still a bit bigger. So I just walk through them, there's nothing, so I click and I enter the... Yeah, I need to change the emergency coffee now. Career routing. Yeah, I'm not sure it actually changes the compliance room. I think I didn't open it earlier. Just one laptop to make it faster. Unauthorized coffee, okay. The executive review, that is the final boss. On the top you can see there's like I killed it. Escape elevator is at the far end. Okay, so resignation temporarily accepted. You escape floor 404. Rooms cleared 3, enemies defeated 6, items acquired 2, and time employed 81 seconds. Okay, so at least I have something better now. What they say that it was, yeah, maybe it's too big still, so future ideas, make it smaller. I don't know if I actually set it max, how did it say even 3, so I will reduce it from 1.5 to 2.5. Here is the what it was the other one. There were 2 constants with here 1.5 and 2.5. So we save this, we save this. And I know it's not AI always, but what did we do here? We added the chat here saying I want to have a way on the book that I can see the whole run generated, the whole map generated for the current run, where it shows the rooms and how they are connected. The rooms with type and how they are connected. Just like that. Let's see. Again, it's on the high end. I think it's like the default mode I chose. The reasoning, so I should be able to change it later maybe. Okay, the map generation. Let's see what it generated in the UI side on the here. Yeah, I would like to see exactly how this can fit into it. So yeah, I like all this. But I'm not sure it has the proper formats. Let's see. I can still download this and okay, I save 1, 2, 3, and 4, so I have the 4 images now. Let's see here, I'll create an assets directory. And within the assets, I'm going to be creating a... How did it go? There's no name in the photos for sure. There's like I asked for the tiles, so yeah. Yes, let's move them to the assets. I refresh since I'm on Windows. I'm removing those. Whenever you copy a file from Windows, it creates this zone identifier to the WSL. So I'll just remove them. I'll have those images. Now I'm gonna be putting it tile set 1, tile set 2, tile set 3, tile set 4. While it works, let's ask here, how can I use the images you generated in my phaser game? Do I need to split the images in different tiles? Or what should, or how can I say which kind of asset is each part of the tile set? Let's see. Also, I'm removing those files on the other screen. This approach to treat these generated sheets as source art, then turn them into either a texture, atlas, or real grid-based tileset before using them in phaser. Okay, yeah, this is what I was thinking. I didn't have the proper format, so. The overlay implementation is in place. The workspace doesn't currently have npm node available. Yeah, we'll need to change this to take the one from npm, like from node, the WSL. But let's wait until it finishes all the checks. So generated sheets are not ready-made face or tile set. They are rather treated as concept source sheets. Do not load entire image. Perfect. So grid tiles for level construction. Use these for floors and platforms. Create a new image with every cell has exactly the same size, such as 64 by 64. A texture atlas. Open each generated sheet in Sprite, Photoshop or Krita or another image editor. Remove the background carefully. Crop every reusable object, clean empty objects. Spray the result into tiles and props. Rebuild repeating environment pieces on 64 by 64 grid. Pack variable size props into Phaser Atlas. Build rooms in tiled. Okay, let's see if it has finished. Yeah, it has finished. Here, what did we ask to do? That if I press the M, I see the map. So let's npm run dev. We come here. We plug in. I don't know where it says the map. Yeah, the map it's here. So I'm on the onboarding. I'm gonna be creating a screenshot of this. Just I put it on the side. I leave. I plug in. The run has changed, but if I open this, it is the exact same. So here we can see that there's this onboarding, finance account payable, career routine, internal audit and compliance, mandatory coffee break, and the other one. So it is still the same. I'll open back here. Let me refresh the page, plug in, open the map, and again it's always the same. So I'll just store this. What source game debug? How does it know if I have a debug? Let's see at the readme. I'll also need to wait here for a second. I'll manage and save repositories, skip the company. Yeah, at least now it takes this as my repository so I can see what it has done. And to toggle, when running through npm run dev, press M. So, okay. And how does it know if it's on debug or not? Debug map overlay, yeah. Oh, here, so if import meta M from dev, okay, so it knows if it's a dev or not, perfect. So, yeah, I'll just git add everything. No, the source game debug. It's a debug map. Okay. But everything but the assets. Commit. Just like that. Just change the keyboard language and commit the minimap on the board. Perfect. Now I'll just remove these assets because otherwise we'll be ignoring them all the time, and yeah, that will make that sense. Here I will now say every run generates the exact same map with the same rooms and everything. I like that there is RNG with everything, including the rooms and their connections. Just like that, let's see what it does. And while it does this, let's come back here and how to define. So let's see that in more depth, because I've just gone across everything. So The objects have different dimensions, a regular spacing, and a white background, so Phaser cannot perfect, do not load everything. Yeah. Two separate asset systems. Grid tiles for level construction. Use these for floors and platforms, walls and ceilings, corners and edges, baseboards, vents, repeating windows, corrupted wall variations. So create a new image where every cell has exactly the same size, such as 64 per 64. Like for example this, and there's different thing. Use tile to make rooms. The game will use random rooms generated every time. I cannot use tile to build these rooms. It should just have some walls, some floors, and objects, some of them usable, some of them just background slash decorations. And when generating the random level, it should know it should be some assets to build it visually. So it's thinking. You can skip tile entirely. The right model is procedural room recipe plus an asset catalog, geometry first, then randomly selected visual assets, then gameplay objects. So I see it's been 49 minutes now. I don't think I will be working on the assets this part. I think that the asset will be something more on tomorrow's time, because now I want to close things and I prefer to have these things. So you're right, the current seed only changes widths, branch labels, and enemy mixes, while the topology stays fixed. I'll replace that fixed room graph with a seeded procedural generator that varies room count, department types, branching, reconnections, and optional cross links, while preserving a guaranteed entrance to post to exit route and reciprocal doors. Okay, so let's see how it does this. This for sure I want to have it finished by today. The other parts I think it will be more than tomorrow, as I said. So we will need to prepare two kind of assets. You still need to extract individual objects from the generated images, but they do not all need to be the same size. Repeated structural textures. Create seamless images for floor, different floors, different walls, different ceiling, different platform. Then prop sprites, separate transparent sprites. Pack individual PNG into texture atlas. What is a texture atlas? Then create an assets catalog, asset kind of different types. Here it says widget its sizes and everything. Yeah, I don't know if it would be able to generate everything from here, so I'll try later to have this generated here and this. In the meantime, let me look for what this word was. Atlas. Let's say Phaser Atlas. A texture atlas in Phaser 3 is a single image that contains multiple sprites or animation frames accompanied by a data file like JSON that defines position, size, and name of each frame. Okay, so this is what it says here about building this JSON, I guess. Yeah. Okay, let's see how it goes. It has removed the delete either rooms, TS. It just has red issues, but there's no room to play. Okay, so here there's like different things. I guess also the sounds will make a big change, so also here like this is done. sprites, atlas, sounds, voice overs on subtitles. I've seen there's those subtitles here that yeah, I guess that also some kind of internationalization, it's a good thing so that the game can be played among different languages, I guess. This would need both visually and audible. So here the fixed layout has now been replaced with a layered seated generation. Each seat chooses 3-4 procedural stages, 1-2 rooms per stage, unique departments, room types, encounters, geometry, and a randomized set of valid links. At least one branch rejoin is forced so that the result is not merely a randomized straight hallway. Okay, so let's see how it goes. Also, something I'm missing here is that there's no dead ends. So if I show you this image from before, everything is like too much easy run. I'll ask the so here I will put and then let's see if in the maps I'll need to see if it's after the current change maybe it's automatically done. So yeah, it's amazing what this is doing. Like during this time, it's been 7 minutes for sure. It's quite a bit of time, but it has passed a 5,000 seat fast run. So it has generated 5,000 distinct maps ranging from 7 to 11 rooms and 7 to 17 connections with every graph reachable, and it has verified that it's cyclic, correctly gated through the boss, replaying the same seed, produce byte for byte identical grave data. So yeah, it's amazing how fast it is when you realize this. When you are waiting for it, just waiting 7 to 8 minutes in front of the chat feels long, but then yeah, when you actually think what it's doing, it's heavy. So in the README, let's see what it says. The room are generated between the size. Yeah, each run it's deterministically generates a new room graph. The seat controls the departments, room types, whatever. So there's something. Yeah, the game is better. I don't know how easy it would be to just parse this into a mobile played game. I'll ask the question. Just put here port to mobile responsiveness. Okay, everything is done. So you know what it is. It's time to verify npm run dev. Let's verify what it has done. So I'm on here, clock in, I'm on the map. I can see there's this part. I'll just be taking a screenshot of this to verify that it changes, though I think it's quite obvious that it will change. Something I want to verify is, does the dot move while I move? No, the dot is always in the top left corner. I don't know if you've seen, but the entrance word on the current map, it blinks a bit, not blinks, but it moves. Yeah. Let me just exit the game, clock in again, open the map, and yeah, for sure it now has changed. It used to be like this. Now it does not have that many, so it has this. There's 3 combat, 1 save, it depends on where you go. Also, I like to add this dead ends option, and I think that this is something that great. I would also like to have dead ends. all rooms should be able to proceed. Then also I would like to see exactly where it is, this thing, like the rooms, where do they put the 7 in and the numbers that they said 7 and 11 rooms across 3-4 stages. Why is this 7 somewhere? I would like to understand this somehow. Not this for sure, it's random. Yeah, I don't know why or where it is. Like, let's look for 11. Not here in the rooms. Generate run graph, entrance templates, pause, random, layer count, 3 to 4. Also now the maps have from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, from 7 to 11 rooms. I like the maps to be bigger. The shortest path or layers, because 3-4 stages is like 1, 2, 3. I don't know exactly what the stages are. The shortest path should go at least through 10 rooms. Okay, we have this. And this will be the last thing we do for today in these feature ideas, that ends. We have those sprites. I'll try to come up with some ideas during this evening to see what I can do. Because yeah, for sure it says that it's placing everything. I want to verify if this can be done automatically from VS Code Codex? Question mark. Let's see if I can make it with that. Yeah, it depends on how fast it does the current changes, then we'll maybe run a test with the sprites thing. It's been 2 minutes, it's just thinking. Let's see what it does. Alpha shape the generation around the longer guaranteed progression spine, then attach the optional branches and through leaf rooms whose only doors leads back. I'll also compact the debug map layout dynamically so the larger graphs still fit and make the dead end visible. Yeah, I don't know. Reading the README, so I'm refreshing here, there's no changes. Let's close all ours. I guess this will need to go down a bit. I will wait. play the game while we wait, no? I'm on the entrance of facilities. What the fuck? Yeah, rooms are still too big, maybe. Where do I need to go? I need to go to the compliance. More speed. Leadership calibration. Authorized coffee. Management defeated, so I now will be able to go into the elevators. It's at the far end. Perfect. Yeah, I also want this final screen improvement. Use minutes format instead of seconds. And buttons. These buttons with improve UI general improvement. Okay, so it has done some things. It has changed the rooms and the map overlays. Let's see what it has done in the rooms. For sure there's a bigger number. Here also the layers. There's more layers and it's doing several things. So let's see, I refresh. I plug in. And yeah, there are dead ends. I like that. There's not a single good path, maybe. Perfect, so at least there are things. Like, let me see how they look. Maybe I'm gonna be going through the bottom, the IT help desk. Company laptop. Now I want to go to the this is a dead end. Perfect. I'm not gonna continue playing. I'm just putting it here instead and improve map run generation that ends. What I wanted to add here, what did it say? The future ideas, some doors, sounds, sprites, automatically the final screen improvement, but they're not gonna be doing it now. Instead of using basic shapes and colors for the backgrounds of the rooms, generate some visuals that act like sprites, like kind of sprites, and when the rooms are randomly generated, they use floors and some random objects that are in the background, such as desks, chairs, printers, let's see what it does. I'm really looking forward to see if it generates them. I'm using the image generation skill to create a cohesive office environment sprite set and a wire into procedural room renders walls, floors, and background props by room type. I'll first inspect the game's rendering and asset conventions so the new visuals fit cleanly. So yeah, for sure it has the image generation skill. Let's see how much of the usage it takes. I am at 93. So the game is currently paints every room with the same procedural rectangles and grids. So I'm replacing that layer with 6 room type art panels: reception, bullpen, corridor, break room, executive suite, elevator, lobby, plus a separate cutout prop sheet. The collision geometry will stay code driven, which keeps gameplay reliable while the generated art handles the visual variety. Yeah, for sure this is what I want. So maybe if at this run it takes something interesting, then I'll just need to generate the imagery later again, but reuse the logic that it's now building. So yeah, those dots here means it's generating images, or at least this is how it looks when we do it through the ChatGPT UI. Let's see. Yeah, I would like to see if I like an employee brand build. It has built this. I have this index, so it means that I should be able to play this game. No, it does not do anything. Let me see what it has here in this index. I opened it on the browser. Let me move it again here. Let's see if we see some errors. Yeah, there are errors. Yeah, I think it's some issues with the let me try to move this directly into my downloads directly. And instead open this. This is in Windows. No, I guess yeah, it's still the same. Let's ask. I have made a game in Phaser, and when I build and open its index HTML locally, I get this. Maybe because it's not a web server, no? But yeah, because here in the README, how does it say? Or just npm run preview. $41.73. Okay, it's just that it's not a static one. Here I don't have the map, so if I click on the M, there's no map. That's good. This is what I wanted to verify. Okay, let's see if it has finished. No, it's still, the first generation pass is still rendering. While it finishes, the integration plan is set, each room will select. Let's see if it has done anything here. Refresh. No. I would like to see from the 93, it's still 93, but the game currently paints a room with the same procedural rectangles and grid. Yeah, this is what we did. We said this before. The first generation pass is still rendering. While it finishes, the integration plan is set. Each room will select its art deterministically from the run seed. ID. Repeat panels across white rooms and place prop sprites only in safe background zones so doors and combat remain readable. It is taking too long, so I'll close for today, and whenever this finishes, I will just keep it like that, and tomorrow we'll take it from here. So it's been 74 minutes. We've had someone in the streaming. If you watch this later, since it will keep uploaded, then just please put any comment. It will help me, and yeah, tell me what do you think at the end when you work on something, you just get blind and you don't see other things. So any feedback is appreciated, and see you tomorrow with more.